here's our first matchup, 125 pounds, Patrick McKee against Nick Suriano. JD, what a way to start, and fast starts are so important.
Man, I cannot wait till we get to the heavyweight bout. Well, let's go.
Nick Suriano, ranked #1, a national runner-up, a national champion, Rutgers' first ever. And then he graduated from Rutgers as a graduate transfer, Michigan. Gonna end his career here. Spencer Lee out for the year. Nick Suriano down to 125. He won his national championship at 133. McKee, 15th seed last year in the NCAAs, the redshirt junior. And he got all the way to 3rd on the podium. He's got to have his eyes set on the top. And what a test for him tonight.
They're taking a little bit of time to feel each other out here. Surprised there hasn't been more commitment from the shot yet.
Suriano, a Jersey boy, Bergen Catholic High School, in on the single leg right here, got it up there, elbow deep, trip with a 2-point takedown.
That was textbook, the way that Suriano kept his head up right there and closed the gap so well. McKee had no defense.
Important quick escape from McKee, down 2-1.
Stalemate, guys. Hey, both men off the fingers. Next one's a stall call. Next one's a stall.
Getting wind up in those fingers there. The official will call the next time he thinks the person is activating those fingers a little too much, he'll call a warning for stalling. Suriano doing a good job of controlling the center of the mat. In on that single, cuts across to the double, drives through. Little scramble action, no 2 yet. There's the 2 points. Second takedown inside a minute and a half. The first period for Suriano for Michigan.
Really well done there by Suriano. I mean, that was incredible horsepower there. And it's surprised to see him go down to 125. He hasn't lost that strength.
Both these guys tough on top. Another escape pretty quick for McKee. But if you keep McKee from being on the top, he can't do much damage there. So the best way to do that is what Suriano has done quickly in this first period, a couple of takedowns. Sean Bormet, the head coach, the alum, the 2-time All-American for Michigan, and the 4th year as Michigan's head man.
They got a nice shot right there where Suriano was keeping his eyes up and driving over. He shot. Here he is right here, back trip in the back leg. Pretty classic. Really like the way he changed directions on that second takedown.
No, green, a little quick. Here we go, red. Get set. Wait. Green cover. Shut.
3 takedowns in the first period. Now, what a ride it would be to get that takedown and end up on top at the end of the first period.
That would essentially be a perfect first period for Suriano if he could get 3 takedowns and ride him out and not give this last escape point away to McKee.
Michigan coming off a loss last week to Penn State. You know, it was a little misleading in one sense. Penn State came out really, in the sense from a score standpoint, hammered the Wolverines. But 5 of those matches were so close. And Michigan didn't feel like they did their best job. They bounced back against Rutgers on Sunday with the win. And now the Michigan Wolverines get an opportunity to come up against a tough Minnesota Gopher team. Brandon Agam, also 2-time All-American for the Minnesota Gophers, leading the Gopher charge there. They always move forward. They always step forward. They attack you, the Minnesota Gopher wrestlers. So important right here. That's the kind of effort by Suriano. Comes up, a little intentionality about coming off the bottom, because I'm sure they worked on it all week long, because McKee, one of the best on top.
In this top 10 matchup, to have that nice of first period is huge for Suriano going into this match.
Stop! Nope. That's unsportsmanlike. That's 1 point. Red, you can't do that. You're baiting it.
Can't explain it any better than the official did. That's with Suriano going down to his knee, trying to get the locked hands. Unsportsmanlike, 1 point for McKee.
So Suriano here is trying to go to his knee and trying to induce that point for locking hands, but you can't do that. He actually lost a point by doing that.
Suriano, nice roll there on the shoulders. Came out for 1 point. Escape out from under McKee. That was huge. Nick Suriano, the nation's #1 ranked intermat wrestling, #1 ranked 125-pounder. Out in front 7-3 in the second period against Patrick McKee. We're in the first match of this Minnesota at Michigan dual meet, leading a night to remember for the Big Ten Network. 2 points, takedown, escape.
You see him get that takedown and then allow that roll there and still end up right on top. His positioning is incredible.
Warning red! Warning red!
Talking about the intensity of Suriano. He's got the attention of the official. McKee backing up. Got a warning against him for stalling. Backing up. Driving in again. Suriano bat return. Really nice job of in on that leg. Picking up the hips. Getting his legs underneath him.
The way he's creating angles in this match against a #9 ranked wrestler is really impressive. I mean, it doesn't look like these guys are in the same category. When he had that straight on double leg, but he quickly changed directions about the third takedown.
You know, what's interesting here, it's probably as good as Suriano's looked all year, but he's coming back and just getting the rust off. There's 1 point escape for McKee.
And there's him getting to his feet right here. See that forward roll. McKee did a nice job, but Suriano just let him go. Ended up right on top.
Suriano getting the rust off is what I was saying. He hasn't wrestled folk style for a couple of years, and getting back into that after his national championship in 2019 for Rutgers, and then his work towards the Olympics in freestyle. We have headgear issues right now, but a good look at the #1 ranked 125-pounder, national champion, Nick Suriano.
And for those of you that haven't gotten inside the head of Suriano, most haven't. I mean, this guy just wanted to be and still wants to be the best wrestler in the world, and you can't blame him for going ahead and taking some of those years. I haven't been able to even follow the whole story of where he's wrestled and all that, but pretty intense wrestler and hugely confident.
Of course, in this day with transfer portal and being able to change pretty easily, Suriano started at Penn State. An injury ended his freshman year. Then he transferred to Rutgers. He was runner-up to Spencer Lee when Spencer won his first championship, lost 5-1 at 125, went up to 133, beat Dayton Fix for his national championship at Rutgers.
11-5. I mean, really impressive performance here. There's Coach Bormet and Josh Shirella.
Yeah, Josh Shirella. What a great name in Michigan wrestling. Mark Shirella, 3-time national champion. Ryan and Josh, great wrestling family in the Michigan tradition.
Definitely better people even off the mat than they are on the mat. Great family.
Suriano starting on top, not letting McKee out. Gets his hips underneath him, returns him, and gets the boot in.
Yeah, Suriano here has just been very dominant in his position and his confidence. His body language this whole match and his ability to wrestle and get changing directions is incredible. Now doing a great job on top, controlling the body and moving, not just staying still. Potentially dangerous there. I don't know if Suriano was doing that on purpose, but that McKee has that knee taped, and Suriano was kind of elevating that ankle on the outside.
Caution on green, that's your second one.
Second caution on Nick Suriano. You get a couple before you get dinged with a point, so the next caution for a jump start will be 1 for McKee.
And as a wrestler on top, you're going to go ahead and risk having some of those cautions. You want that fast start, like you said.
Well, Nick Suriano, both individually and for the team, is certainly on a route here for a fast start. And I said, you just can't beat it. You can't beat a fast start. It's hard to overcome if you're on the other side of that.
The only thing you could ask for if you're a Michigan coach is, could you get some back points? One more takedown and some back points. but this has been a great performance by Suriano.
Actually, a takedown on a ride-out would be that major decision. With riding time secured, it's a 6-point lead. And so a takedown like that, driving in, looking to try to get that Turk in, didn't now. Can he ride him? 30 seconds. This is big for Michigan.
One more team point is huge in a match like this.
You win by 8 or more, and you get an extra point. It's 3 points for a regular decision, 4 for a major decision. That's 8 to 14. And if it's a 15-point spread, it's a technical fall, 5 points. And, of course, the pin is 6. He's up. Nice job by Suriano. That's the drop-down rule. You can't stay below the hips. Official calling and counting. If it had got to 5, he would have been warned for stalling.
No change.
Wow, what a start for Michigan, for Nick Suriano against a always tough Patrick McKee, 3rd last year in the NCAAs. Nick Suriano showing why he's ranked #1 in intermatch number in rankings. You end up with 14 to 6. That's an 8-point spread. That's 4 points for the Wolverine. And we're at 141 pounds. Stevan Micic, Serbia's representative at 57 kilos in the Olympics. Also 3-time All-American senior for Michigan, going up against the senior Jake Bergeland.
Micic here is just incredible to watch wrestle. He's so athletic. We'll see what Bergeland can do.
Bergeland in on the leg real fast. Can he finish it? Elbow deep.
And that's exactly what you want to do if you're Bergeland. Let him know you're here to win this match as well. Doesn't matter what the rankings show.
And out to a 2-0 start. Jake Bergeland, the redshirt senior out of Hugo, Minnesota, Centennial High School, out in front of the Olympian, 2-0.
And following Micic, it's gonna likely be very tough for Bergeland to stay in that winning position. But that's a great start, like we said. And the last match, Lewan did the same thing. Ended up losing a close one there, which was going to be big for Minnesota. But Micic is going to stay, even keeled here, get to his feet, look for an escape.
Been 3 years since Micic finished 3rd at the NCAAs. He was a runner-up at the NCAAs in 2018. He was an All-American as a redshirt freshman, 3-time All-American, then a finalist. And Bergeland working Micic over from the top position.
And focusing on freestyle for those years, this is not a position you get in freestyle. So Bergeland really taking advantage of Micic, who's been around the sport a while, but has focused on the freestyle Olympic level, Olympic wrestling for the last few years.
Bergeland doing a great job of stretching out Micic. Got the boot in, stretching him out onto the belly, looking for that power half.
Yeah, right here. I mean, that's not fun. Right there, you see it's almost like, well, why can't you get up if you're watching at home? But Micic is looking, but Bergeland has so much leverage right there with his leg in, looking to try to power half.
So a break from Micic there as the official takes Bergeland out the top. There's a little blood action there. Micic was the top seed at 57 kilos in the Tokyo Olympics. Didn't have the tournament that he wanted, and but a two-time bronze medal winner in the European Championships for Serbia, a junior world bronze. And what's up next? What a night on the Big Ten Network. #1 versus #2 showdown at Carver Hawkeye Arena. The Nittany Lions versus the Hawkeyes. That's coming up next on the Big Ten Network.
I'd love to see afterwards. I don't think anybody's going to not watch that.
No. Yeah, I think that's well said, JD. Nobody's going to not watch that, And then You know, what I love right now that's going on in wrestling is these iconic arenas. Chrysler Center, Carver Hawkeye Arena. You know, you got Ohio State with what a beautiful facility, the Cavelli Center. We've got some great arenas that these wrestling meets are happening in, and they're filling them up, and they're coming in with great crowds. At Iowa, in Iowa City tonight, it's sold out. It's sold out. And there's not going to be a seat there for that number 1, number 2. Bergeland back on top, putting the boots in. Might get a little high here.
Doing such a great job on top. I mean, Bergeland is so comfortable here on top, and he is on top in this top ride here, where riding someone like Micic is super impressive to see what Bergeland's doing. Over 2 minutes of ride time.
And again, lifting that back leg up, that boot in. He's doing a great job of lifting the hip up and forcing the belly down, head on the mat. Micic isn't going anywhere.
In Big Ten wrestling, this is why a ranking doesn't matter. Right here, you got Bergeland, who is also a Division I wrestler, has experience in the top position, completely controlling this match.
Early takedown, over 2.5 minutes of riding time. We go to the end of the first period.
And you couldn't ask for a better first period when you're wrestling Steven Micic.
Well, and the takedown.
Classic right here. He's got the knee locked, and the high knee is more important than high ankle, and he's keeping that, and then he gets the ankle back to the knee to get that takedown and secure it.
Stevan Micic going on neutral right here, choosing neutral, and going to go on his feet. Knows he doesn't want to get under Bergeland.
And this is where he's best.
Up at 141 a few years ago. Was at 133.
Duck under attempt there.
When you think about how much more weight this is than 57 kilos, which is about 125 pounds, and that's where he was for the Tokyo Olympics. And so, you know, there's a little getting used to when you go up that amount of weight.
No, absolutely. That's something else that really, wow, what a move. You do not see a fireman's carry like that. Looking for a takedown. Nothing secured yet.
Nothing secured, and now Bergeland in a comfortable position because Micic just lost his shoulder. Bergeland scooting around.
Gosh, that fireman's carry right here, he's got to try to get his head up, and this is going to be a stalemate likely unless Bergeland get around. He's got the ankle hook. He might get a takedown here.
They're calling the stalemate. How close is that?
Look at this fireman's carry. That's unbelievable. That is a European move right there. You see that in Russia all the time, not in college wrestling. Very nice job. 2-on-1 to a fireman's carry. Didn't get anything from it. Would have scored big points in freestyle, but
that was a nice job by Bergeland, getting the corner there and scooting his hips out and making Micic lose his shoulder and not being able to finish that takedown.
In on a head inside single here is Micic. Good change in levels. He's got to come up. He's got to come up. The more time he stays down here, the better defense Bergeland's going to have. And right here, Bergeland's same position, trying to scoot around, and Micic's got to keep he's got to keep his hips low. And this is a classic position you can see wrestling all the time. Micic trying to secure something, but Bergeland also right here is very close to scoring a takedown. But this is likely stalemate again. Yeah. Coach Agam not happy.
Right. I mean, he basically is saying we're right there. We're right there where we want to be with the scoot. He hooked the ankle. He was doing everything right. I don't blame Coach Agam for his frustration.
Absolutely. When that got called a stalemate, Bergeland is big advantage right there, hooking the ankle, trying to get around behind. Off of Micic's shot. Another duck under into a leg attack there. Bergeland's defense is impressive. He's got that wizard position and saved by the bell. Goodness.
Red, your choice. Red's choice.
What great defense from Jake Bergeland. Now he's going to
Here we go. Get set.
take down, of course. Try to add to his lead.
Here we go, Red. Get set.
close to securing riding time.
It looked like Bergeland was limping a little bit there. I hope he's fine, because this has been an incredible performance by Bergeland coming up against the number 4 ranked Micic.
So Stevan Micic says I'm gonna give Bergeland the point there, and so 1 escape, starting on your feet, 3-0, and basically working towards the riding time being secured. So Micic down 4 points. Needs that Russian, fireman's there for a 2-2 to tie this match up.
He's going to need at least 2 takedowns. He's in deep here. Hook in the leg is good for him. Bergeland still scrambling well.
Nothing.
There's 2 points for Micic. Looking for the back points, trying to hook up that Turk.
That bottom leg Turk is huge. If Micic keeps that and scoop his head, if he can facelift here and keep that bottom leg and drive into him, but he's a little bit high, this is close to back points. This is exactly what he needs, or he needs another takedown. Bergeland trying to crawl forward. He needs to crawl forward, get out of that leg Turk to keep from giving back points up.
Micic's trying to get that leg up to turn the hips. If you turn the hips, you turn the shoulders.
Huge leverage there, but he loses the Turk. Bergeland doing enough to stay off his back.
Bergeland has done so many things right defensively. Back up, it's 4-2. It's effectively a 3-point lead with the riding time 5-2. So Micic needs more than 1 takedown. In on the low single.
You're going to see right here, you got that defense. This right here is whizzer defense, grabbing his own shin. This is going to be a big upset for Jake Bergeland. One of maybe the best performance of his college career against Stevan Micic, incredibly talented Michigan wrestler. Wow, Bergeland really brought it.
What a win for the Gopher. He is limping, but it's a limp that he's going to take as he just upsets the 3-time All-American Olympian Stevan Micic. Jake Bergeland gets Minnesota on the board with 3 points.
Team coming into Carver Hawkeye. You couldn't ask for a more electric environment than Carver Hawkeye, bringing in the Nittany Lions, who have ice in their veins.
Yeah, what a night. We're at 157. I've been looking forward to this match too. Brayton Lee, ranked number 4, up against 14, Will Lewan. It's 7-7, Michigan, Minnesota after 4 matches. Brayton Lee out of Brownsburg, Indiana, Brownsburg High School, coached by Dan Snyder, and he was a junior freestyle champion, shooter shoot. And I'll tell you, Brayton Lee, he's a shooter. Will Lewan, he's out of Montini Catholic High School, Chicago, Illinois. 2-time finalist, a champ as a junior in Illinois. Qualifier last year at 157 pounds. Qualifier as a freshman too, still looking to get on the podium. A lot of tools Will Lewan has.
That's interesting. We saw a 15 and number 4 matchup go the other way. Will we see Brayton Lee come over and handle his business here as a higher ranked wrestler? Has a little bit more offense from everything that I've seen, but Lewan looks just as confident.
Brayton Lee was 6th last year in the NCAA's, 3rd in the Big Ten. He's got a motor. He usually tries to come out hard. Right now, both of them just kind of ram tough in the middle.
Lewan has a great stance, really stalking. Lee was controlling the middle. Now they're both in the middle of the mat.
Off the fingers, guys, off the fingers.
One of the things that the referee's going to be looking for is who has that mat control if stalling comes into play in this match.
Brayton Lee 13-1, his only loss coming to Model from Wisconsin. And a big upset there in the Wisconsin victory over Minnesota. That went a long way for the Badgers to win that border brawl.
Fingers, both guys. Come on, work out of that.
You saw Lewan grabbed a 2-on-1, but actually almost put himself into a front headlock, giving Brayton Lee a front headlock there. Now, he didn't snap it down or anything, but we'll see if he's going for this 2-on-1 again. Good change of levels for Lee. right back with Lewan. Same thing. No one has committed big yet in this match. Respecting one another is what you see right now, but both looking for an opening. Another shot by Lee. And counterattack by Lewan. Great job.
This would be a big takedown. This is what Michigan's looking for. They're off the mat. Whoa, there's two. They're on the mat. Great presence of mind by Will Lewan for the 2-point takedown.
Huge to get that far ankle and keep his toe in bounds. You almost, think of an excellent receiver, professional. Right here, you see this lift. Great defense by Lee, but keeps his toe in bounds, keep that right toe in bounds, and got that far ankle. He's given the two. It's enough to get the takedown. Big takedown in this match.
Will Lewan has a lot of close matches, and the knock on him is they're too close. You got to let it go. Well, he did. That reshot in on that single, the finish in the two, and now it takes Brayton Lee. Even if this is the only time, I like this when he rides tough on top.
Great spiral right here. A lot of pressure forward. He's keeping that pressure on Lee's front hand. And, man, Lewan is starting this match off just really just like Bergeland did. Getting that takedown, securing it, getting some ride time. That's a big 2-0 exchange, not 2-1.
Green cover. There it was again.
Nice job. Again, single leg high, back to the mat. Another ride there, even if it's for 10 or 15 seconds there, and he does. He gives him an escape. Will Lewan gives Lee the escape there, but riding time, 40 seconds of it. Lee right back in, looking to lift the arm out.
Wow.
Nothing yet.
Nice high crotch from kind of far away, but ended up getting the takedown. Lee had that nice high crotch. Lewan really scrambled through, but Lee secures that takedown. Big score there.
Brayton Lee gets out.
Is his mindset to ride him out right now? Is a question, or is he looking for another takedown in the second period?
Something Lee's been working on, getting better at. It's not his strength. His strength's on his feet.
Bottom guy, little quick.
Caution on the Michigan wrestler.
Set. Red cover.
Nice job getting to his feet, Lewan. Mat return. Nice job with the hips out by Lewan and escape.
You see Lee tried to lift and return, but his hands were high, and Lewan did a nice job holding strong position. His hips were lower, got that power stand up, got out of there for another point.
Both these guys rather chill. They don't seem like they get flustered,
They do seem pretty calm there, and both seem somewhat winded. They've put a lot into this match already, just being the second period. Another same, that's a high crotch, same shot, didn't get in as deep. It was actually very impressive the way that Lee scored, even though he shot a high crotch across the body, and Lewan was defending, but here's that lift. He's too high, he's at the sternum level almost. Lewan got that escape.
Back on their feet, 30 seconds left in the second period. It's all tied up, 3-3. It's all tied up as a team, 7-7.
Yeah, as a wrestling fan, you can't ask for a better match than this right now.
Whoa, that's all set up by the head. He worked that head so hard, comes across, Lee gets a nice takedown.
Great setup and an excellent takedown, changing levels right into almost like a low double leg attack. Here you see it, he's on his head, but the counterattack there to the far leg, getting that ankle pick, driving across, Lee getting a big takedown.
Come on, get set. Set. Red cover. Watch the jump. Patience there. Stay inside.
See Lewan trying to get his hips underneath him. Right there, he's looking for a hip heist out of there. Lee finished that period well on top.
Whose choice is it? Green's choice. Green takes down.
Will Lewan chooses down to begin the third period.
Go, Green, get set.
Behind by one.
Set. Red cover. There it was again.
Or by 2, excuse me. Now it's by 1. Had an opportunity to close the gap to 1, and he does. Lewan closing the gap. It's 5-4.
Shot from pretty far away there is Lewan. It's likely Brayton Lee is going to look for another attack to increase that lead. I don't see him waiting around. There it is, right there, inside single leg. Lewan doing a nice job defending. Lee okay giving that up, staying active and controlling this match.
You know, Brayton Lee says, I never worry about the time on the clock or the points. I just love to wrestle. And right now, I'm not quite sure I believe him. I think he knows. He just looked at the scoreboard. So, he knows where he's at right now. The pilot light burning for both these guys.
Off the fingers.
They're stepping in there. Nice shot by Lewan. Good defense by Lee. 45 seconds left in regulation.
I think that was in the first period. You would have seen Lee double leg blast Lewan right there as he's coming up off his knee. But both these wrestlers have put a lot of juice into this match.
Seconds, less than 30 seconds remaining in the match.
Lewan got to get that inside, got to go now. What's he got? What's his best shot? Got to get off a couple of shots now. Let it loose, let it go.
He's got to put a couple things together here.
Warning run!
And Lee is going to get warned for stalling, but
Lee's going to hold on. A late takedown by Lee wins it 5-4. 3 more points on the board for Minnesota. They go out 10-7 as we go to break. So Michigan comes out with the first 2 wins, and Minnesota comes back with 3 straight 10-7. Subscribe right now. And right now we're at 184 pounds. Myles Amine, the senior, back for his super senior season after winning the bronze medal in the Tokyo Olympics for San Marino, and a 3-time All-American. He's been a 174 for a couple of years, went up to 197 last year, and now he's back at 184, probably just a right weight class for him. In on the single leg, they go out of bounds, got the 2-point takedown right off the bat.
I was there in Columbus when he beat the Ohio State wrestler and Caleb Romero in an overtime match, and he pointed to his tempo after the match, just keeping his head. You'll see if this match is close, which on the paper it's not supposed to be. You'll see Myles Amine with that very calmness, very tactician-like in the way he approaches his matches.
Only the 2nd Olympic medalist in Michigan history, and the first in freestyle. Steve Frazier, longtime USA Wrestling Development Vice President, the gold medalist in Greco-Roman in the LA Olympics in 1984. Steve Frazier being the gold medalist. And Myles Amine, only the 2nd Olympic medalist in Michigan history. 4-time All-American, 3-time Big Ten finalist, and he won the Big Ten championship last year in his 7th year. Out of Brighton, Michigan, Detroit Catholic Central. They have it in their blood, the Amines. Their grandfather competed for Lebanon in the 1960 games. Man, if you've seen pictures, JD, of the 60 games, we had 3 gold medalists there. It was in the ruins of Rome there in the Colosseum. That'd be so cool.
Super cool. I haven't had a chance to visit that myself, but definitely in the future.
Put him in danger. Take your time. He's going to try to roll you through. So sit back ahead.
Skillings right here has nice position. He had a nice shot, low ankle shot, was in deep, maybe surprised himself a little bit. Amine doing a great job scrambling, and this is a position where he's very comfortable in.
Not going anywhere. Easy up, easy up.
You'll see more movement in that scramble position than O'Reilly last match, likely. Always looking to come up in that scramble position, but good attempt by Skillings.
Nice job with that front headlock down on the leg. And coming around for 2 points. Myles Amine for his second takedown in the first period.
Yeah, you like to see Skillings attempt there, but there wasn't a great setup, and it was a shot from a little bit far away, and Amine just changed directions to get a counterattack there for a takedown.
1 minute writing time advantage to Michigan.
What I've always appreciated about Myles Amine, he's always shooting. He's always trying to manufacture points.
That's exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Seeing your wrestler be offensive, letting things fly a little bit, not wrestling tentative.
He's elite on top. The tempo increases for Myles Amine as the match goes on.
You saw the heavyweight Steveson talking to Skillings before this match briefly. Wow, nice action at the end there.
Got the one.
Green, your choice.
And so, nice effort. It's 4-2 now. Sam Skillings,
Second period, gentlemen.
the redshirt freshman out of Menominee, Wisconsin, stepping in for Salazar, their regular 184-pounder. Going up against the Olympic bronze medalist, 4-time All-American.
It's funny, the timing of that escape, as I was talking about, Steveson talking to me before the match, getting a little pep talk. A little bit confidence there you're going to see in that now a 2-5 score against someone like Myles Amine. That's a nice thing to see if you're the Minnesota coach out of Skillings.
JD, you were a 3-time All-American. You were right up there. You got to the finals. Myles Amine reminds me a lot of your career. 4th, 3rd. That's knocking on the door. You know what that's all about.
Yeah, I mean, at this level, you get to the NCAA tournament. Can he get on top of the podium this year? I mean, there's so many guys there, you just can never tell. That's going to be almost, at that point, how healthy are you and how is your mental capacity? Where are you at mentally tough?
And we know something about him. I mean, I'm not sure. And you're one of these guys that lost early, came back, won 7 in a row and got 3rd. I'm not sure there's anything that proves somebody that they're mentally in the game when they get 3rd place. And so there's nothing that tells me that Myles Amine will not be there mentally.
Right. Yeah, no, and you've seen that. You've seen that time and time again in his career. Nice inside single by Amine. Very calm. A little bit of notch above, it seems like. Obviously, Skillings is a freshman. He's definitely notch above Skillings in just his ability to keep it. There's a takedown secured. He's got his head inside. Skillings fighting well for a freshman against Myles Amine.
You know, you mentioned something, alluded to it. There's a lot of patience involved in Amine.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. He is very methodical in the way that he does, but his pace is still high. You can tell he's a very wise wrestler.
Set, green cover. Come on, look, hey, gonna be a little pause. Set, then set. Here we go.
Caution on Myles Amine there. Jump the gun.
Set, green cover. Get on. Set.
Skillings trying to grab Amine's leg underneath, but Amine like a backpack here.
Time. Got your choice going down. It's going down.
Look who's milling with the crowd. That doesn't surprise us at all. It's Shane and Jim. And they are coming up next. Number 1, number 2. 38 minutes away. A start 9:15 Eastern time. You don't want to miss it. What a night on the Big Ten Network for college wrestling.
I hope Shane brings some enthusiasm tonight because he's usually kind of dull.
Yep. It's an issue with him, but he's working on it.
Yeah. It's good to see Skillings with some movement there. Again, hasn't got a chance to get close. I don't know if he's touched Amine's leg.
Good energy on both of these wrestlers' part.
Got a little bit deeper there as Amine. But really nice effort there of Skillings going to have a future there at Minnesota.
Well, and thinking about the team right here, I mean, he's defending well, he's staying in there, and right now it's a regular decision. But right here, a big takedown is will make it 9-3, 6 plus riding time. So they're going to tell him to let him up and take him down or turn him because this is big for the team. Actually, the stalemate gives him an opportunity to look to the corner and communicate with what the officials want, or with what his coaches want.
Yeah, that really worked out very well for Skillings because, I mean, that was a rough position to be in. That Turk and his leg, it just went a little too high up. The ankle of Skillings went too high up, so the referee had to stop that. Sweating, breathing hard. You can tell how much effort both these guys have put in it. I mean, really, Skillings has not gotten pushed over in this match. Really fighting the number 2 ranked wrestler in the country really well.
Myles, Amine coming off a really tough 3-1 loss to Aaron Brooks from Penn State, the number 1 ranked. It was a great match. He was hugely disappointed, especially after the win against Caleb Romero, and Ohio State came back and had a forfeit against Rutgers. So he's like taking it out right now, getting after it. He's probably been waiting for this to get back on the winning way.
Almost the exact same score there. Amine did a nice job changing direction, just counter offense off of Skillings' attempt. And that stalling call is because he's below the hips for over 5 seconds.
Drop down rule, good rule. You can't stay down there. Matt Sorchinski counting it off, warning, but that was his first warning. Little roll too late, 1 point on, 12-4, major decision, 4 more points on the board. Big point there, Michigan out in front, 17-10. Big heavyweights. Gable Steveson ranked number 1, of course. Mason Parris ranked number 4. Last year's Big Ten rematch, NCAA rematch. Junior world champion Mason Parris got beat last week by Greg Kirkvliet for Penn State. Really tough matchup going up against Gable Steveson. Gable Steveson, I'll tell you, he just loves the limelight. In on that snatch single there.
Yeah, right. Steveson, very relaxed, nice snatch single. Got a takedown already. You'll see so much calmness, but then explosiveness out of Steveson. Incredibly confident.
What a man he has become. At 21 years old, he wins the NCAAs, he wins the Pan Ams, he wins the Olympic trials, which was no easy thing, and he made it look easy. Goes to the Olympics and gets 2 takedowns in the last 13 seconds to win the gold medal.
Yeah, I mean, one of the best athletes in the world, no question about it. And at his weight, maybe arguably the best athlete in the world.
A once-in-a-generation athlete, the Hodge Trophy winner last year, undefeated in duels. Only losses come to Anthony Cassar, his freshman year. Shot and drive through, and Parris comes up, they're neutral. All that for nothing.
What a great exchange. Look at these 2 guys move. 2 big athletes here. It's great to see that scramble. The guys that weigh, I mean, roughly 250.
These guys both enjoy wrestling. You can just tell. They're entertaining. Of course, Gable Steveson signing with the WWE, his brother Bobby as well. And I kind of call it the farewell tour, but it's a real mature, he loves the fans in wrestling, and you know, it's like a match tonight. He knows everyone wants to see this. He's doing other things, but he's finishing up in a strong way his college career. How many times you get to see an Olympic gold medalist in a college uniform?
Look at his hips right here. Those, man, that's so fast, right to that takedown. I mean, off of Mason Parris's shot, it's hard to keep up the speed at heavyweight.
Gable Steveson out of the powerhouse Apple Valley High School, Apple Valley, Minnesota program, and he was a 4-time state champ. He was 210-3. two-time cadet world champion, junior world champion. Good look at the man.
Set. Red, cover.
Skate by Parris out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana, Lawrenceburg High School.
30 seconds remaining in the period.
Captured 3 Indiana state titles at 220 pounds. 4-time state place winner.
What
And
a change of levels, I'm sorry.
oh, hey, it looks like a 25-pounder. I mean, the agility, the quickness.
Steveson's already picked up. It's crazy he's winning the Olympic gold medal. He's already picked up that almost the confidence that like a foreigner has, where you just kind of relax. Looks like you're relaxed. You're not even using your strength, and all of a sudden, boom, a ton of explosiveness into some type of score, whether it's defense or offense.
Set. Red, cover. Nope, little quick on top.
You know, he goes into Carver Hawkeye against Iowa a few weeks ago, and Tony Cassiope, one of the top 4 heavyweights in the nation for the Hawkeyes. And Steveson makes, you know, he goes out there and wins by quite a bit. Standing ovation from a sold-out crowd at Carver Hawkeye for the Iowa fans. The appreciation for the excellence, for the gold medal, for being there.
Yep, no, that's he's earned it, and be cool to see him, you know, put on that performance, and it's just fun to watch for all wrestling fans.
We talk about the 11th man. This might be the 11th man. Everybody tuning in for number 1 versus number 2 at Carver Hawkeye between Penn State. Well, they're tuning in not by accident. They know what they get to watch. They know what's going on. They know who the heavyweights are for Minnesota and Michigan. And so you get to start out, you know, for those Iowa and Penn State fans that are just starting to tune in. They're tuning in because they appreciate this kind of heavyweight action. And they're going to get it in that meet with Cassiope and Kirkfleet as well.
Yeah, no question there. I'm favoring Kirkfleet there at Penn State, and it's going to be interesting to see that those matchups tonight. Penn State just got such a strong lineup. I mean, that's going to be fireworks.
All coming up with Shane Sparks and Jim Gibbons at Carver Hawkeye Arena following this.
I got 1 point green, 1 point green. Unnecessary roughness on red. You got a penalty point there. Don't push off, okay?
Unnecessary roughness, a little pushing off by Gable Steveson at the sidelines. 1 point for Mason Parris. 6-4, no riding time. 20 seconds left in the second period. So important to win your ties here. So far, it's been Gable Steveson in that position. You got to have strong setups. You got to win the ties. You got to, you know, every shot, whether it's against Parris or for him, requires it to be hard work. It's got to make it hard work for Gable Steveson if he's going to try to get in this match. And right now, he's in at 6-4. Fans are getting ready in Iowa, filling up Carver Hawkeye, eating that soft serve ice cream. Lines are lined up above Carver Hawkeye. In on the single.
Look at that power lifting up Parris. Another takedown by Steveson. Showing not very much respect there for Parris. Steveson just very, very confident. What an explosive move. Parris isn't going to be able to score there with that type of takedown or that type of shot against Steveson. You got to get basically multiple setups strung together to get Steveson off balance a little bit or get an angle on him. Nice snatch single by Steveson. Just a better athlete, and that's saying a lot because Mason Parris is a great athlete for a heavyweight.
1 green, neutral.
Wow.
2 red, 2 red. 2 red. 1 green, neutral. Hey. You guys.
Steveson really trying here to make sure everyone knows, especially Mason Parris, that Mason Parris is not in the same league as Gable Steveson. that's for you to decide there at home. But Steveson putting on a show here against one of the best heavyweights in the country.
.40 seconds left in the third period in this meet. Michigan gonna win it, but the Gable show is on display right here. Another takedown. It's a clinic, picking up where he left off in the Big Ten and the NCAA championships against a very tough Mason Parris. But it's a separation that has continued to widen.
Steveson is really just done an excellent job putting on a takedown clinic, like you said. And look at the hips there. That should be another takedown right at the end.
Two more reds, 17-8, riding time 18-8, a 10-point victory, 4 points on, and it's Michigan 20 and Minnesota 14. What a meet, JD.
Wow.